yours. And this is our game. It's our game. And you're trying to take it personal. So that makes it shit personal.
We in here tonight, baby. Sunday night Talk'n Bama, Iron Bowl recap, season recap, the Tide roll, baby. How we doing tonight, JB? Stephen F. Smith with us as well, as always, guys. How we living tonight, JB?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. You already know who it is. We in here. Just came off of the Iron Bowl victory, belt the ass, carved up some Tigers, and I'm feeling good tonight. Feeling really good.
Feeling good. Stephen F. Smith, how we living tonight, brother?
All I'm going to say is this. King and the boy heard my speech, boy. He heard it. I was able to give it. Them boys did not let Auburn eat a bowl game. Proud of them boys. He did not let Hugh Sleaze come in here and eat a bowl.
They barely sniffed the end zone. They barely sniffed the end zone.
They barely sniffed that. But you know what? You know what? Forget all that. They didn't eat no bowl. That's all I wanted. So the boy, you handled that business. You kept Hugh Sleaze from getting out here with a bowl victory. I'm proud of that. Hey, Malachi Moore, you never lost to Auburn. You leave your career. You never lost
Stephen
to
F.
Auburn.
Smith, and the only player in the 89 histories of the Iron Bowl to have 5 victories. In it, period. But he's over Auburn, but he's 5-0. But
dude, and then Malachi played possessed, man. He was shaking up folks in past breakups. He was shaking some folks up.
I love it. So, hey, real quick, before we get into that, Stephen F. Smith, let's talk about the great people that sponsor this show. JB, who are we sponsored by? I'll let you start out tonight with the Title Tower, brother. Who we sponsored by, bro?
I saw a lot of these at the game yesterday, man. Shouts out to the good people at Whitwheel Sports to support your Crimson Tide 24/7. Get you a Title Tower. Go to whitwheelsports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD. Get you a nice discount courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standout.
Boom. Also, guys, if you're watching us on X, make sure you come over to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe right here, guys. We got a bunch of Tide updates. You'll love the show. Funny content as well. And for our main sponsors of the show, guys, have you ever dreamed of having beautiful natural stone in or around your home? Don't settle for subpar material. Check out Lambstone's Company Natural selection of products to meet all your project needs. Lambstone is located in Oneida, Alabama, and is one of the oldest, most trusted sources in the state. So contact them today, guys. Let them know that the Bama Standard sent you to receive 10% off your first order. To kick off the show tonight, guys, it's going to be a good one tonight. I'm JT, your host of the show, Sunday Night Talk'n Bama. As always, we got JB with us and the luxury Stephen M. Smith with us in the house tonight. JP, man of the people, kick us off, man, because we started this show this year back in April on this channel, kicked off in TikTok in February. So we started this show in the off season about this season we just had. We'll get to that later in the show, but talk to me about this Iron Bowl. How we feeling, man? That was a good Tide victory last night, though. How we feeling, bro?
Yeah, I mean, it felt really good to get that one. You know, once again, schooling the little brothers. You know, putting them in their place always feels good. You know, to have that going. Also, got the bad taste out of our mouth from the Oklahoma game a week ago. So feeling pretty good. A lot of other things happen and may get us in the playoffs, but we'll talk about that later. But, as far as the game, I felt like it was a okay. I don't want to give them, like, if I had to grade it, I'll give them B-, because we had 4 turnovers, and those 4 turnovers would have cost us against a better team. Let's just put this out there. Auburn they're not a good team, right? They have lost a bunch of games close this year, right? But they do not have what it takes to get over that. Hugh Freeze, you had a losing season. Now it's time for Auburn to start thinking about some things. That's once again, we lose to Bama again. We had another disappointing season. So now Auburn got to go to the drawing board. Bama, we ended off 9-3 regular season. We expected 10-2, 11-1 coming in. But it's always good to win the Iron Bowl, beat your rivalry in that form and fashion. Could have been worse. what was the final score was 20? What was it? 24 to 14?
28-14.
28-14. 28-14. We could have put up 40.
And they
we could have
even
really
had that little. Then that little touchdown they had at the end, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, what it is. That was a little, whatever. But you right, JB. We could have put up 40, 45, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we left a lot of meat on the bone out there, and that's one thing you can take the negative, the turnovers. We can't be having 4 turnovers. Luckily, we won by 2 touchdowns. Because Auburn did some things, missed field goals. They did some things, turnovers themselves. But at the end of the day, we put belt to ass. We did what we had to do, and that's all that matters. And now everybody feeling good. The state is ours once again.
Hey, 365 more days. We've had it 5. This will be the 5th. That was 5th year there. Hey, guys, just real quick reminder. Let your Auburn fans know they haven't won an Iron Bowl this decade. So before they get to talking, and that 2019 when we can talk about that for a debate too, that little fluky field goal for halftime when the clock should have ran out. Nick Saban talking about that. Stephen Smith, how we feeling about the Iron Bowl last night? 28-14. JB just hit some great points right there. Tide looked good. Solid beat. I'm with JB right there. 4 turnovers, though. That's huge. Milroe had 360 total yards, though, and 4 touchdowns. So that did make up for those 4 turnovers. So how we feeling about last night, Stephen Smith?
Okay, so I was there. I saw 2 fights break out. It's crazy. One of them broke out when I was in the field. That was even more crazy. I got to see Greg Byrne get into his WWE protection plan program. That was crazy. But first things first, though, Kalen DeBoer, you become the first Alabama coach since Frank Thomas, 1931, to win 9 games as a first-year head coach. So you tied a legend there, Kalen DeBoer. Big ups to you on that.
Yep.
The next positive, I go back into what I mentioned. You refuse to let Auburn walk out of that stadium with a win. Was it pretty? No, it wasn't pretty. You got to be better ball security. 4 turnovers, 3 of those lost fumbles. You got to protect the football better. But another positive, Nick Sheridan, you let a running back eat. Jam Miller, a career high, 28 carries. You let a running back eat. And Jam was able to wear down Auburn's defensive front. Another positive, Jeremy Bernard. Jerem has stepped up. He has been a great get out the portal. The second half of the season, we have seen Jerem emerge as the number 1 guy. Yeah. Ryan Williams, he showed the flash early on in the season, but the middle part to now, it's been Jerem. And Bernard, career 100-yard day, 111 yards receiving. He made big catches throughout the game. I thought the tight end stepped up. Tight ends made plays out there. You held Jarquez Hunter to just 56 yards rushing. And guys, this Alabama secondary will be the strength of this defense next year because Bray Hubbard and Xavier Brown, them 2 both are coming back. Xavier Brown has gotten better with each game. He started SEC play with a game-sealing pick against Georgia. He ends SEC play with a pick against Auburn. What a job by Xavier Brown. And then Bray Hubbard, 3 picks on the year for him. Ever since he's entered this lineup, he's been money. And, of course, Malachi, like a man possessed out there. So I'm just going to say this. So it wasn't pretty. There's stuff that still needs to be even better executed out there. But you get the win over Auburn, and you show once again Hugh Freeze is selling nothing but lies to these in-state kids.
5 in a row, baby. 5 in a row. And I saw the Alabama page did some trolling on Twitter, and it got deleted. But I saw it before it got deleted. And I just want to say, I love the troll, baby. I love it. I get why we went and deleted it. Whatever. That's cool.
Keep it
probably
classy.
A DeBoer thing, maybe. Yeah. It's probably maybe a DeBoer thing. I don't know. Either way, I thought it was really funny.
I'm gonna say this, y'all. That Dixieland Delight was rocking.
Oh, it was rocking. I got the videos on my phone.
That Dixie
what JB posted? Yeah. That video JB posted.
I didn't even post the uncensored. I didn't post the bad video.
Yeah.
That was just the light version.
No, we need that one. See, that's what we need, JB. We need the people. JB, you the man of the people.
Bruh, that thing was going crazy. Like the whole stadium is like shaking, singing that, because it's. I mean, and then the Auburn player Riddick, who talked all that cap, walked off the field, didn't shake nobody's hand because he knew he talked.
Couldn't catch Money Milroe. Couldn't catch Money Milroe. Couldn't do it. Real quick, Justin, pull up the super chat we just had from who was it? Jimmy Clay? I think it was. Yeah, Jimmy Clay. 5 in a row. What's up, fellas? Roll Tide. What's up, Mr. Jimmy Clay in the house?
Jimmy.
It was 5 in a row. It was 5 in a row. And now I know JB and Stephen M. Smith and most of the chat here is probably old enough to know this in the early 2000s when they used to say that fear the thumb. And then, when they got the 6, the fear the hand. Now we can start saying, y'all better fear this hand. Now we finna run this whole decade. Nothing but the Tide. Keep Hugh Freeze. Keep your 5 and 7 seasons. We're good with that. Keep it. Keep them. Because I don't see a lot of change coming next year with them either. They can say what they want. The dude trusted Peyton Thorne for how many years now? And you thought Peyton Thorne was going to get you there, bro? It's crazy. It's crazy, guys. I ain't going to spend too much time on the Auburn recap. We're all excited about it. It was a huge game. We had some turnovers on defense. That was good too, though. That helped us. JB was at the game. Stephen Smith was out of the game. Justin and me was in the text thread. I called that last pick before it happened, before anything like that. It was looking bad. I said, nah, man, the defense about to get a pick. Literally, I turn around, my man Bray. I know, boy, I mean, and the way he sat on it, because he saw Hunter throwing, he's like, all right, yeah, this ain't a quarterback. This ain't making this. And he sat on it, which is beautiful the way he sat on it. And heads up play, Stephen Smith alluded to him earlier about Bray Hubbard. You can't say enough about the kid, man.
It's incredible how, and I talked to Coach DeBoer after the game about Bray and just what he has meant since being inserted into the secondary with Keon Sabb going down against Tennessee. And Kangan DeBoer said, look, Brayson Hubbard is a tremendous story about being patient, but when your time is there, take it. And Bray took it. I mean, he was patient. And when Sabb went down, Bray knew, here's my shot. And he has taken it. Ever since he's been involved, you're talking about Malachi's playing more free. Xavier Brown's become more confident. Ever since Bray has entered this lineup, have y'all seen how much more physical Damani Jackson's been? Damani was likely up in the Iron Bowl. Like, ever since Brayson Hubbard has been inserted into the secondary, there's a physicality, there's a relentless, there's a toughness. Like, this secondary has yoked up since Bray has entered this lineup, and they're playing with swagger, they're playing free, they're flying around. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. And he's a big kid, Steven. He's 6'2", 205, 210.
He's 6'2", 210, and he brings it all. Yeah. I mean, he brings it all.
Yeah.
He knows how to use it.
Yeah,
he knows how to use it the right way. He knows how to make form tackles, how to do the hit stick without targeting, and he knows how to go up and high point the ball.
Because his hits be lethal.
Yeah, right. And legal.
Also, I gotta give a shout to Cat Poor there in the chat. Keon Sabb was one of those players that had to break up on a fight using a crutch. Keon Sabb was one. The other guy I got from a source was Deontay Lawson, who was out there with a crutch breaking up a fight. So you even got to give the injured Bama players some props for getting their teammates out of some extracurricular stuff. So
this is going to lead us into this next topic right here. But what you just said, those guys could help what could possibly happen for Bama here. Okay, so who knows when Bama's next game is? Could be a bowl game, could be the playoffs. Who knows? So having a player like Xavier Brown getting suspended for the first half of our playoff game would suck, because let's roll out this next topic right here, Justin. Will Alabama make the playoffs? That's a huge question right now. There isn't a whole lot we need to happen. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Really and truly, SMU, pony up, baby. If SMU can get it done, I think Bama backdoors in. I don't think you need a whole lot of the SEC is going to take care of itself. Both of those teams are in. I'm telling you now. If Texas beats Georgia, Georgia's in. They're not going to get punished for this game. They've proven everything. They will make it. I kind of want – it doesn't matter, in my opinion, on that one. Like I said, those two spots are in, I believe. I think your argument is going to be in that ACC. If Clemson beats SMU, then it's like SMU is going to have that argument with us. But then if you look at a team like Miami, they're going to try to argue it. Who has Miami played ranked and got a win on? We have three right now that are at the ending of top 25 teams. And I got a list I'm going to go down later and talk about that when we get to talk about the season recap about teams that were ranked preseason that are not even ranked now. That list is long too, by the way. It's a hefty list. This season was crazy. So for the playoffs here, guys, how do you guys feel coming into last week? I was pretty optimistic. Stephen M. Smith was. JB, I remember you were more on the realist side of and it did look more realist last week. I will say that we had a couple dice fall for us this past weekend. And I didn't say we needed all those. I said we needed one or two. We got two.
We got
them.
And
they weren't really they weren't the perfect ones, because if they were perfect, Notre Dame losing would have been almost perfect for us. Because then we could have argued, hey, what are we doing here? Okay, they don't even play in the conference. Like, we play in the toughest. So getting into the playoff here, JB, I want you to give us your thoughts here. If you have the playoff committee in front of you right now, you're on the podium. JB, tell us why Alabama deserves a spot. Let's hear it.
Well, it's looking like the debate is going to be between Miami, Bama, and I don't know why, but South Carolina, right? We can end the South Carolina debate right now, because if you're looking at all the criteria, we got the head-to-head on them. We have better wins than they have. So, I mean, they're okay. They're on the winning streak. They're playing better. We have the same record. But if two teams have the same record, you have to go off the head-to-head, and you have to go off the strength of wins and the strength of schedule. So you can't have South Carolina jump us if both teams won. Ole Miss, get out of here. Lane Kiffin's on social media politicking about Ole Miss. He done retweeted a bunch of stuff, put something that somebody made up of why Ole Miss should get in the playoff. Knock it off. Y'all had your chance and you lost. Of course, we got 3 losses as well, but the resume stacks up above Ole Miss and South Carolina. Now let's talk about Miami. Miami, you got 2 losses. You lost to 2 unranked teams. And you don't have any wins in the top 25. So you put the 2 losses, no wins. You put the 2 loss Miami and the 3 loss Bama. We have 4 top 25 wins. They have 0. So that should be in the discussion. We're going to need SMU to win the ACC, not Clemson out of the conversation. Clemson lost, but they still go to the ACC championship. They win the ACC. Then how far will you bump down SMU? They only have 1 loss right now. So if they lose the ACC championship to a 3-loss Clemson, will it be enough to knock them below Bama? I don't think so, because think about this committee. They will be hard-pressed to put a 3-loss team in when you have a 1-loss or a 2-loss team that has a bit of an argument, especially a 2-loss team that lost a conference championship, when you're not going to punish Georgia for losing the conference championship when they have 3 losses if they lose to Texas. So you have to be fair all the way around. You can't just say, okay, well, Georgia, y'all locked in. It don't matter if y'all win the SEC or not. Y'all are going anyway. But then you look at SMU, and they got 1 loss, and they lose. Well, you know what, LCU, you got 2 losses. We got to bump y'all below Alabama. So you can't do it that way. That's why I feel like SMU needs to win. I think we will get the 11th spot. But I want to see where they have us at this Tuesday. If they have us at number 11, 12, or whatever, I think we're good. If SMU takes care of business.
I agree. SMU taking care of business will be a huge thing here. So that's something that I think everybody's kind of on board with. That'll be a good game. I'm gonna be watching the SEC championship for sure. Should be a good one there with Texas and Georgia again. Stephen M. Smith, How we feeling? Alabama's playoff chances right now. We saw where the AP ranked us. AP has been pretty close with the CFP too. They've been pretty accurate, give or take 1 or 2 spots. Hopefully it's on the plus side for Bama this Tuesday. How we feeling, brother?
I'll say this, and JT mentioned it last week. I know chaos is going to happen. What did happen? You see Clemson go down. You can thank South Carolina there. You saw Miami go down. You can thank Syracuse there. Yep. Even with all the NIL money you could buy Ohio State, you still can't beat Michigan. And Ohio State, goes down there. So as much as you would have loved to have seen SC take Notre Dame, and that would have pretty much been the icing right there, USC taking Notre Dame, I think enough chaos has happened to where the committee has to think. They have to think. Now, you still do need SMU. You need SMU to go ahead and get Clemson out of the way right now. But right now, you have the committee thinking because Alabama has beaten 3 top 25 teams. If you look at Miami, they have not beaten any top 25 team. If you look at the strength of schedule, Alabama's is 15, 16. Miami's is 94, something like that. Yep. That tells you that right there as well. So I look at this. You need SMU. The path is clear. Bama's beating 4 ranked teams, but the path is clear for Alabama. Last week, during rivalry week, we saw the path open. Now you need one team to handle business. That's SMU this weekend.
And if SMU handles business, I think the Tide slides in on Sunday, and that's going to lead to this too, guys. On Sunday, me and JB may do a special show. We'll see if Stephen M. Smith wants to join us too, and we'll kind of do an announcement show with you guys on Sunday for that. I think that'd be pretty cool. But that's going to be that committee, man, I want to hear the conversation in that room. I want to hear it. I want to be there. I want to hear what they're thinking. I want to see what they're saying because, man, that's going to be a tough one there to slide in that 8, 9, 10 seed and 11. That's going to be.
I would not want to be any one of those 12 people over there in Grapevine, Texas, having to make this move in a room.
Yeah, that's gonna be boy, it's gonna be a good one. But guys, I'll kind of button this up. Go ahead.
The Miami fans gonna crash out like the Florida State fans did if Bama gets in over them.
Oh man, yeah. And then early signing day this week, guys. Potential flips. There's been a lot of stuff going around on that, guys. Meadows is a wide receiver from LSU. There's been a lot of talk, guys, about Bama flipping him. A lot of predictions from guys saying that we're going to get him. There could be some other guys. AK Deer said there was more guys coming to a couple weeks ago when he was doubling down on his. But, we'll see how that goes when that comes. To the button up on this right here. Even if Bama does not make the playoffs, guys, we'll get one of the best bowl games out there. It is what it is, guys. You go in there, handle business, build for next year. We'll talk about that when that cookie crumbles on that. I think Bama does slide in, though, at the very end right here. But this is where it gets very interesting. And it's what I said I didn't want to happen. We're finna have to go play probably up north. And it's going to be cold, guys. Check out Sunday Night Football after this and tell me what y'all think about that. I hope it ain't like that, but it's going to be probably going to be a snowy one. I mean, not a snowy one, but a cold one at least. Maybe not snowy. Snowy will be wild. We run into ball for sure. But anyways, guys, we'll kick over to our next segment real quick. JB, tell the great people who we sponsor by one more time.
Once again, as always, the good people at Whitwheel Sports, man. Get you one of these Tata towels. Support your Crimson Tide 24/7, 365. Go to whitwheelsports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD. Get you a nice discount. Courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standard.
Yeah. So, guys, kind of moving forward real quick. Bama in the regular season is 9-3 good enough. Season recap right here from JB, JT, and Stephen M. Smith. I'll let everybody go. I'm gonna let JB go first, and then I'm gonna let Stephen M. Smith go right there. Hold on, what J-Wo said. I'm in Pittsburgh. JT is 28 degrees right now. Let's go to Notre Dame. It's going to be about the same in December. Yeah, man, right there. So 28 degrees right here. He's telling you that. I mean, I'm just saying, we got some Cali boys and some Georgia, Texas, and Bama boys, and Mississippi boys on the team. I mean, I'm not saying we can't win. I'm not saying that. I'm tied through and through. I'm just saying, guys, we got our work cut out if we do make it. So just know that. I hope the board makes everybody practice no sleeves and practice or something like that. I don't know. Wet the undershirt. No, I'm just playing. Don't get anybody sick. But kick it off real quick, JB.
And don't forget that Stephen M. Smith does have heated lenses, so he'll be okay in that press box.
Really? I have heat lenses, bro. Really? Heat lenses.
In there. JB and everybody else that's sitting out there watching the game will be freezing. Stephen M. Smith will have heat lenses with hot cocoa dipped in marshmallow.
Hold on now. It ain't gonna be no hot heat lens. See, just to be serious that it ain't even true, man.
Oh man, he popped right in and hit him with that one. So JB, tell us about this season, man. 9-3 good enough. We talked about before the season. We talked about 12-0 perfect. Mid was 10-2. The floor was 9-3. We said the floor was 9-3. So it looks like we hit our floor here at 9-3 for the season. How do we feel about that, brother?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to grade the season, but I will say it was up and down. It was a roller coaster season because for us to come off, and it started really with the Georgia game, right? First half, that game was a roller coaster. We were belt the ass first half, then they come back exciting last 5 minutes of the game. We come out with the win. We on top of the world, number one. Very next week, we get embarrassed. Lost to Vandy, a team we hadn't lost to in 40 years, and people still talking about that to this day, and will continue to talk about that because it's something that happened 40 years. Been 40 years. All right, so we had to deal with that. Kind of struggled to bounce back, got a couple wins. Then you go to Tennessee, and what happens again? Your defense does enough, your offense staggers. You can't win in Tennessee. Now everybody's saying the wheels have fell off Alabama. We turn it around. Big win. The big win at Missouri first, the shutout. Then we go into Baton Rouge, into Death Valley, and blow the doors off of them. They said, well, maybe Bama's back in the saddle. We go up to number 7. Then we go to Norman, Oklahoma. We all saw what happened there. Embarrassing loss, even worse than the Vandy loss. And now we're back down here trying to figure it out. And now look at us again. We may be in the playoffs. In position. We're in position. We may be in the playoffs. So this season, up, down, up, down. It's been crazy, right? But for Kalen DeBoer's first season, coming in after the greatest college football coach of all time, I mean, you gotta give him his props. You gotta give him his props for one thing.
I agree.
He went through adversity, players, media, fans, all down his back. So he has all that pressure, trying to please everybody. So just put yourself in his position. Difficult job. It could have been 7-5. We had a couple games we could have lost. That South Carolina game, we could have lost that game. That was one that we probably should have lost, right? But to come out 9-3 in the position we are in, winning the Iron Bowl, beating Georgia, beating LSU, I think it's a pretty good season. A lot to improve on, but to come out where we are now, I'm good. I'm all right with it. It's not the best outcome, but it's not the worst outcome.
I agree. Not the best, not the worst. We talked about it being the kind of floor in a good way, not like in a bad way. That's a good way. If your floor is 9-3, a first-year head coach after the GOAT, that's good. Also, that set a record, or he tied a record with what was his name, Justin? Justin said it earlier. We talked about it. The coach that he tied the record with.
Frank Thomas.
Yes, Frank Thomas. There you go.
That's the baseball player. Big Hurt. Yeet.
So got hold on, my AirPod's done. Sorry, we're doing a change out.
While JT is changing.
Can we hear me?
Okay, yeah.
My check. Come on back. All right. AirPod died. Sorry, guys. AirPod died. It said right there at the very end. But so to kind of, talk about the regular season, JB had a lot of great points there. 9-3, like I said, if that's your floor, that's not bad. Stephen M. Smith, give us his breakdown, your breakdown actually for this 9-3 season. We had some tough losses. JB alluded to that. But how you feeling about this season right here?
It was inconsistent, the up and down the roller coaster. But what do the good teams do? They find a way. They find a way through all the inconsistency. And Bama found a way in the Iron Bowl to beat Auburn, to bounce back from Oklahoma. After the loss to Vanderbilt, find a way to bounce back against South Carolina. After the loss to Tennessee, you find a way to bounce back against Missouri, Mercer, and LSU. So you find ways to bounce back despite not having your best efforts out there on the field. I mean, people can look at, Nick Sheridan didn't have, what he needed to have as a coordinator. King and the boy had to quickly put the staff together. Nick Sheridan was not his number one guy. His number one guy was Ryan Grubb. But what does the boy have to do? He has to adjust with Sheridan because Ryan Grubb doesn't come, right? So it was a lot. You have to keep a nucleus of a team together because you had so many guys hopping in the transfer portal after Saban announced his retirement. Then you have to keep a 2024 recruiting class together with a couple of those guys in the portal. Then your very first day you get on campus, you got the fan base telling you, hey, you better get Ryan Williams back recommitted and signed because Ryan didn't decommitted. So it's been a whole transition that DeBoer has had to make. He's had some good moments. He's had some moments where he's had to learn, look, bro, you in the SEC, grown man football. But he has been able to adjust, right? It's the main thing, be able to adjust. 9-3 was not what we wanted. 9-3 was not what we asked for. But at the very least, 9-3 has us in the conversation of what we want.
Stephen, go get your hot pockets out of the microwave.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about to say that mine.
He got his hot pockets going on that microwave and a Pop-Tart coming out the toaster. What's going on, man?
Look, I got the kids here. Chill. Hold on.
That boy got the hotline going
on. So guys, 9-3 season. I'll kind of break down my thoughts on this too, right here, guys.
I got a question for y'all after you go, JT.
Okay, not the end of the world, guys. 9-3, and we're still talking about being on the back door in the playoffs. And still, also, if you're one of those four teams and Bama wins a game or two, look out now. That's their worst nightmare right now. And Oregon sitting there, seeing Bama get a game or two under them and get rolling and get going. That's one of their worst nightmares right now, is seeing Bama get going. So, guys, that's why a lot of people's going to be against Bama getting in, because they know if Bama isn't in, they feel way better about their chance. Tennessee fans are going to love it if Bama don't get in for multiple reasons. One, they're a rival, but two, they don't want to see us again. They don't want to see us again. I'm telling you right now, they don't want to. Say what they want, but they don't. So I think this season's good. I think we can build on this season. Got Ryan Williams back. We've seen electric on how electric he is. We've seen some flashes of Bach. We've seen Bray come about. There's going to be some pieces next year as well, guys. Transfer portal. Could get some more guys. Early signing days coming up. We could lock in some guys, possibly some guys that could be day one starters. We didn't think Ryan was going to be what he was 2 games in. Who knows who comes in and plays good? If they play good, it looks like the coach staff's going to start them. That's why I said what about Ty a couple weeks back, because like the coach staff felt Ty was better than Milroe. I think they're going to start. They're going to start him, dude. They got to win games. So yeah, and real quick, talking about this recap, I want to talk about some teams that are not ranked right now that were previously ranked in the top 25. So listen to these teams, guys. Michigan was ranked 9th preseason. Not ranked now. Florida State was ranked 10th. Laugh at that one. Really good. Utah was ranked 12th. LSU 13th, Oklahoma 16, Oklahoma State 17, Kansas State 18, Texas A&M was 20, but that's an asterisk because they just was one game away from playing the SEC championship. So, not too upset about A&M. But Arizona 21, Kansas 22, USC 23, NC State 24, and Iowa at 25. All those with preseason rankings, and they're currently not ranked at all. None of those teams. So that's why I say you got to be careful at where you're at. So I'll take Bama, probably finishing in the top 12 right here, in the AP right here, the ending season right there, regular season. We finished 11 in AP. I'll take that, So we'll kind of move out of that topic, guys. We'll kind of, if you are JB real quick, what did you have a question on, brother?
I was going to ask you guys, do you think we have a real chance to win the national championship if we get in the playoffs?
Okay.
Ooh, I kind of said mine. I'm gonna let Stephen M. Smith. Let Stephen M. Smith go.
That question is so hard because of how you don't know which Bama's gonna show up. You don't like if this is the Bama first half against Georgia or the Bama against LSU, yeah. But we may see Bama get off the bus. And it's the Bama against Oklahoma. Like, we don't know. You really don't know which Alabama team, the moment they step onto the field, which one are you going to get being, should they get into the playoff?
Yeah.
True.
And
so, JB, go ahead.
No, I saw something in the chat. If the quarterback plays good. So it seems like we ride Milroe, right? And we kind of did that to a certain extent yesterday. Most of the time, you go and look, when he has over 80 yards rushing, most likely we're going to win that game. We're going to win the ball game. But when he gets stopped and he can't get off with his legs and we turn the ball over, that's just that don't mix well. When he can't run and he turns the ball over, we lose. But if he runs the ball effectively, even if we have a couple turnovers, long as we're running the ball, we're keeping the chains moving, and we're scoring touchdowns, we can overcome the turnover. But it's all about if the teams have whatever they do to stop us, whatever Oklahoma did to stop us, and it derails the whole offense. Whatever plan Nick Sheridan had pretty much goes out the window, and it's like they can't cope. They can't comprehend what's going on, and they just fold. So we if we run up against a team that's stout on D, that can kind of mirror what those teams did, then we're gonna have problems. But if you run up against a team who hadn't played a quarterback like Milroe and he gets to rolling, it's gonna be a long night. So I'm with you, Steven. I have no idea if we can go to the national championship and win backdooring in the playoffs.
So we'll bring Justin on and go ahead. No, go ahead, Steven.
But here's my thing with all of this is not just with that. You don't know what Nick Sheridan's gonna show up either. Like there's a Nick Sheridan where he has a great script. He goes out there, he executes it well. You're running what you need to run. You're winning the football game. And then there's a Nick Sheridan that comes out there and he'll give the ball to Jam 5 times for the whole game. And you're like, Sheridan, what are you doing? This is not the game plan. What's wrong with you, Sheridan? Sheridan!
So listen, real quick.
And you're about to throw everything out the window because you're just looking at Nick Sheridan and he's looking like, well, I ran Jam 5 times. I thought that was good enough. I thought we had the best game plan going in. Just didn't work. Why did you make any adjustments?
No, I didn't.
We did.
It didn't work.
We made one adjustment, maybe 2, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, so the thing real quick, guys, I've said that with this team, and not only this team, I think it's going to be the culture of college football. I've said it earlier in this season on this show. And go back and look at these numbers, minus the Rose Bowl. If Milroe's in a big game, Milroe shows up, we win. Or Texas too. That was kind of fluky. Milroe got a spunk after that Texas game. Minus that Rose Bowl. If it's a big game, Milroe shows up. That Oklahoma game, not a big game. Vandy, not a big game. Tennessee was meh at that time because of us losing to Vandy. not a big game. If it's a big game, Milroe and this team shows up. That's why I think, JB, to go to your point on us winning it all, I think if we get this chance, bro, I think every game is a big game then. I think, and also us being so close to not making it now and us holding on to that chance that now if we get it, I think them boys will be so hungry that they going to get it. Justin, the tribal chief, Bama chief, let us know, brother.
Honestly, I have to echo what you just.
Hold on. Acknowledge him.
Red Kingdom.
Your OTC coming right at you now. Listen, it echoes what JT just said. It all comes down to Alabama's want to. Will that give a damn be turned all the way up? Will that focus be there? Will the willingness to not only win, but prepare to win be there? That's been the Achilles heel. But also, will Alabama deal with adversity well? We've been a play-ahead team this season. If things are clicking, everything is going right, Bama cannot be beat. But when things start to go awry, we're getting hit in the mouth, we tend to hang our head and our effort isn't quite there. We cannot do that. We got to show that we are battle tested to take anything that is thrown at us. The offense.
Agreed.
Yes, y'all hitting the head. If we are made one-dimensional, we lose. Point blank, period. We have to get everyone involved. That includes the running backs. I don't know if we put this on Sheridan or do we put this on Milroe for pulling the ball too much? That's a mystery we don't know because we're not in the huddle or on the field to get that answer to. But Alabama does well when more people are getting involved. We saw it firsthand yesterday. You said Jam had 28 carries, and then we had all three tight ends involved, moving the ball down the field. We had to get someone involved other than Ryan Williams. That answer was Jeremy Bernard, but we still need another one. We got to find that X factor guy that can just come out of nowhere and turn the game upside down. If Alabama is playing to the Bama standard, we say that a lot, it's cliche, but it's simple. We can win a national title. But if we get in there and we're just there for the fun of it and to enjoy a vacation, then we're going to see exactly what happened in the Rose Bowl last year. So we'll see. Honestly, if we don't make it, I hope we get to play Coach Prime and be the most widely viewed bowl game in the history because we look good, we play good, we feel good.
I'm gonna say this,
if we don't, that would be a good one.
That'll be good to Bama against Colorado, but also this offensive line, there needs to be one change made. Will Conformby get in there at right tackle for Elijah Pritchett? Pritchett has been worked all year long. I need to have Formby out there, get the tough hallucinative out there at right tackle, and let that man just go to work. I mean, people may also say, well, Caden Proctor struggling also. I think the biggest thing with Proctor is Proctor needs to cut down to about 330. Once Proctor cuts down to about 330, I think he'll be okay. Pritchett is not there. It's not there. It's not there. So I would go Formby. I would go Formby at the right tackle position. I would keep Proctor at left for now, but at the same time, you got young guys in the wings like Casey Poe. You've got Miles McVay in the wings. You got Olasane Aneen in the wings. You got some guys in the wings that are chomping at the bit and ready to go. But right now, both of their tackle spots this season has been liability.
I agree. They have been, and it's been a little shaky on that O-line, give or take some of that stuff there, guys. But to kind of wrap up Bama's regular season right there, we'll see. Come this week on, we'll be a little more harder judge come next week. But real quick, moving to our last segment, real quick before we answer some questions from you guys. I want this to be a quick type thing, guys. Well, I don't want to spend too much time on it because we got a lot of time left. A lot of people are talking about it. It's a buy or sell thing. We're gonna do two things here. Not for Kalen DeBoer is fine. But people talk about us getting a new offense coordinator, new defense coordinator. I'm not co-signing this. You're about to see what my answer is, but some people are. So with Nick Sheridan, do we go for a new OC? We look for a new one. We let this one go. We go for a new one. Buy or sell, JB? You buying or selling? We're gonna keep them. Are we gonna keep them? You gonna buy that? You gonna sell that?
I'm gonna sell that right there. I think we get rid of them. Unless we somehow win the national championship. But I'm looking at it right now. After the season, let's say we don't make the playoffs, right? And all we have is a bowl game. I say we need a new OC. I don't know, man. He's too inconsistent. I think he's still learning on the job. And a new OC could really take this team over the top.
It could.
From what I've seen, he's been good sometimes. He's called great games. He's called terrible games. But like I say, he only had this position at Indiana. And Indiana wasn't good at the time when he was at that position. So, but Kalen DeBoer, and I got to give a shout out to Kalen DeBoer for looking out for his people, right? You know, he looks out for his guys, gives them the opportunity. He wasn't the first choice, like Stephen M. said. It was supposed to be Ryan Grubb. So he went to the backup plan. But sometimes you got to have a backup to the backup plan. But at the end of the day, the season, we can't change anything right now. Let's wait till the off season. I really think it's some OCs out there or some former coaches. Look at Gus is going to Florida State. You know, I mean,
and we open up with them.
Yeah, just think about, just wait until the coaching carousel happens. Let's see what we can get. But in order for us to lock in some offensive guys from the portal and the recruiting, we got to get an OC. We got to get the OC if we're gonna make the change. We have to get the OC first, and let's see these guys buy in, because you don't need to be waiting around trying to see who's gonna be the OC. Guys are gonna leave. Say, man, I don't know who the OC is gonna be. Let me go over here with Gus.
Yeah, you're right. Stephen M. Smith, man, you buying or selling that we're gonna keep Sheridan?
I'm selling I'm selling that Bama's gonna keep Sheridan. I think Sheridan's out. The same reasons as JB mentioned. You got to get an OC with the real deal vision, and you got to get an OC with the real deal foundation. We don't know what Sheridan's foundation is. We don't know what Sheridan's vision is. And if you look at this offense, the receivers don't know what his vision is. The running backs don't know what his vision is. Nobody on this offense knows what Nick Sheridan's vision is. At the very least, you know what Kane Womack's vision is. It's vision coverage. It's flying around. It's attacking the ball. It's getting takeaways. And we have seen Womack's vision help out players and make players better. Womack's vision has got Malachi playing well. Womack's vision has Bray Hubbard playing well, has Xavier Brown growing, has Damani Jackson looking like a first-round pick. His vision's got Jahad Campbell looking like a first-round pick. So we're seeing Kane Womack's vision week by week. Kane is growing and improving. Yes, you're going to give up some things in the run in the 4-2-5, but are we seeing steady growth? With Kane Womack, it's been steady growth. With Nick Sheridan, I don't know what offense I'm getting.
I agree. You're kind of in the win because you don't know. And I'm with you. I would sell that one too. I think I might go after somebody new. But JB, to allude to you, man, you know where he's at. He's right there, bro. His name's Jamari Shepard. Just promote him. You just promote him, bro. Just promote him. And I think
I'm not
that's
sold
the
on
one we
Shep
need.
either. I'm not sold on Shep either. I ain't seen Shep call no play.
Well, okay, you're right. Yeah, that is true. But I'm thinking of relationships and that he knows enough to do it, and he just needs the chance, I would say, more or less than saying that he can and can't do it. I think he can do it. But DeBoer would know that better than anybody. So like I said, if that is going to be an option, DeBoer would know that and he'll make that call.
Yeah.
If so. True. So we'll see about that one. Next one right here, which in my opinion this one's wild to me because I think Kane's great. Are you going to buy or sell that Alabama keeps him, JB? Buying or selling that Bama keeps Kane Womack as the DC?
I'm gonna buy that right there. I'm gonna buy it because for the simple fact, The guys seem to be bought into this 4-2-5. It looked a little ruggish early on, a little sluggish, especially after that Vandy debacle. It didn't look good. Everybody wanted the fire Kane, but he's got on a hot streak. He's got the guys playing well, and they seen, and just like Stephen M just mentioned, guys are playing better. Guys' draft stocks are improving. They looking like they belong here, right? They belong. So, and he has changed some things along the way. It ain't just 4-2-5 the whole game. He has changed some things. He got different guys in there playing. I saw Yonsei Pierre in the game. I saw different guys get in the game last night, right? So he knows what he's doing, and I feel like it just took him time to get it going here at Alabama. Let's not forget he came from South Alabama, right? So to come from South Alabama, being a head coach, coming to one of the biggest teams, one of the best teams in the country, SEC football, to be the DC. So now you got to get back in that DC mindset. You're not a head coach anymore. You got to control these guys. They got to learn your system. So, I think he's done a pretty damn good job this season. Pretty good job this season. Of course, we have to get better stopping the run. We got to get guys who want to stop the run. You got to get dogs on that front line, and we've got better as the season has gone. But now, I don't think we need to change the DC. Steven, how you feel about it?
I think you keep Coach Womack, okay? The Vanderbilt game, yes, it was bad. Mm-hmm. We all can agree to that.
Yes.
But from South Carolina to this very point, the growth that defense has made, you're talking about north of 20 turnovers since that South Carolina game, north of 20 takeaways. This defense has been taking the ball off people, off people. I saw a stat today. This Alabama defense has 17 interceptions.
Ooh.
You know the last defense that had 17 interceptions? The last defense of 17 picks for Bama was that 2016 defense.
I knew it. Yep.
That nearly won a national title, if not for Deshaun Watson. So this is a defense that is growing. It is getting better. It is improving, and I feel like you give Kane that chance to continue what he's doing. You give Kane an opportunity to continue what he's doing.
I agree with you, Stephen and Smith. A lot of people are speculating some head coaching opportunities for Kane. Let me explain some, guys. Unless this is Clemson, unless this is Texas A&M, a big-time college calling him, he just left South Alabama. So like Southern Miss ain't no team. I get the ties with his dad. I know there's some other ties there. I don't think he leaves right now. I think he stays put where he's at least another season, and we'll ride this out because we got a lot of good commits, a lot of good things going to Bama right now, and he's about to put some guys into the NFL under his resume as a DC, which is good.
And I'll add to that, JB. People need to remember when people kept talking about Kirby Smart for a long time. When is he going to leave Alabama? And Kirby Smart name kept coming up for all these coaching jobs. And Kirby kept sticking around. And people were asking, well, why is Kirby still staying at Alabama? All these coaching jobs coming up, because Kirby was waiting for the right one. He was waiting for the right one. And then Georgia came.
Yeah.
And that's when Kirby left to go back to his alma mater. The same thing with Steve Sarkisian. People were waiting on him. But when is Sark going to go? Sark waited until the Texas call came. If the Texas call doesn't come, Sarkisian is more than likely still either an OC at Alabama, probably even Sark is probably the head coach here, because Saban wanted to give this thing to Sarkisian, but the Texas job came calling, right? So it's the same thing with Kane Womack. Kane ain't going to go anywhere until a major brand calls him. And until a major brand calls him, I feel like he needs to continue to improve and build on what he has done here at Alabama, because the guys have bought into his stuff. They bought all the way into it, and they're seeing the results come from it. As JB mentioned, you go down in this recruiting class right here, you finish this class by getting you some dogs in the trenches on that defensive line, not just for this class, but the classes to come. Work on getting you some real deal dudes on the defensive line.
So getting some guys that can come in, execute Kane's plan, his schemes, his formations, things like that. I think we've talked about that throughout the season multiple times there too. Guys, that's most of the topics for tonight, other than the fans' questions right here at the end. I'll let Justin kind of I'm gonna let Justin. We're gonna be quick with these, so I'll let Justin rapid fire. I'll do the first one, JB, Stephen M. Smith, and we'll just all do one at a time. Everybody give one answer on each topic, and we'll go right here. This was super chat right here. He said, I would kill to have Tommy back. He was in his bag second half of the season, underrated OC. He knew how to utilize Milroe. See, I think the only time Tommy knew how to utilize him was the LSU game. Other than that, I feel like Tommy didn't know how to utilize him and was not that good with Milroe. Other than the LSU game, I feel like that was like Superman Milroe, which we got Superman Milroe again this past LSU game. So, it goes both ways there. I'm just not the biggest Tommy Rees fan. That was my personal opinion on that one, though, brother. JB, hit this next question.
All right, Monica Petway. Shouts out to Monica. The Bama Standard Network. I'm sorry to be petty, but I want to know how the 16-9 feel now. You talking about the Auburn guys? I bet they feel salty right now. I saw 16 walk off the field. I was actually right over that section when he was walking off the field, and he looked pretty dejected. And I also saw where he didn't record a stat at all. No tackle, no penalty, no nothing. So he was just out there getting cardio, and he couldn't catch Milroe. He had the angle on Milroe and dove out and hit, and it didn't even touch him.
But JB, he said he wasn't going to get out the box. He said he wasn't going to get out the box, though. Hey, Fury, play out the box.
Hey, Monica, the only thing that boy really was able to do, hit that soldier boy, you out the way.
No, man, that boy hit that crane kick on him. But that boy brought back the crane kick, man. I was live for the crane kick, man. That one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He said uniform was white and clean. I said the same thing on my video. I said the same thing. That boy jersey looked like it could have been on a Tide commercial, boy. A game commercial, boy. The side of his jaw looked like the Florida Panhandle, boy. That boy looked lost out there, man. Don't get me started on that lockmouth jaw, boy. Man, woo! He had me fired up all week. I'm glad Milroe burnt him on the first one, boy. Boy, that crane kick. All right, let me get back. Let me calm that down real quick. I'm getting.
I told y'all not to let that ratchet out of him. You know what happens when he gets like that.
Yeah. Hey, you're right.
Hey, JT, JT to pop that third Mountain Dew in, y'all.
That's where JB has named me. He gave me this name, Super Bama fan. That's where the Super Bama fan come out in me, and it goes, all right.
All I can say before I get to my question is 16-9 both feel like we should have never posted what we posted on social media.
Yeah.
Well, hey, boy, one boy, he ain't do nothing but hand out towels, but he posted stats all week on Twitter. I saw him hand out 2 water bottles and 3 towels. Had no catches, no I had more. I think I ran more routes than he did in my living room than he did on that field. So, but run the next question real quick, Justin. Let's see. Stephen Smith get this one.
So Alex says concerned about our defensive line depth going into next year. Not concerned. I mean, defensive line, you're going to be young, but you got a lot of depth. Defensive line, you're going to have Damon Payne is coming back. You got Jordan Renaud, Edric Hill, James Smith, Isaiah Faga, Jeremiah Beeman. You're going to have several guys back on this defensive line. And even some guys you're recruiting to come in as freshmen for this group. Offensive line, yes, you're losing Booker. Yes, you're more than likely probably going to lose Jaden Roberts too. But you're going to bring back Brailsford. You're going to have Gino Vandermark back. You're going to have Proctor back. You're going to have Wilkin Formby back. You're going to have, Rock Montgomery. It's going to be several guys back on this offensive line. Miles McVay is coming back. Casey Poe, Will Sanders, let's see, Joseph Ionata. It's gonna be some dudes back.
There'll be some guys back. Yeah, and there's no panic button there. No panic button there. We got some depth.
You're going to have depth on both sides.
Put an asterisk on that will be back and say might be back.
Be back because
you
transfer,
know the transfer portal wide.
You know what? Yeah. You're correct, JB.
They might be back.
It is going live, guys. I tweeted it earlier. Now, I ain't talking about just for us, just in general right now. That transfer portal is
so they might be back, depending on how they feeling about, when the portal, that stupid portal, when that portal opens back up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think our offensive line is going to be better with some of those guys getting their opportunity next year. I feel like Oluwase Alanin is going to be a breakout star, and I feel like Miles McVay is going to as well. I honestly saw more firepower out of that second team offensive line in the times they were in than I saw with the first at times. I'm excited about these new guys coming in. I like that dog mentality of Oluwase Alanin. I'm telling you guys, he's going to be one to watch next season.
Miles McVay is an animal, and I'm telling you right now, this dude is a freak show in the weight room. Will Sanders. Will Sanders is doing some stuff in the weight room. Coach Ballou was like, yo, chill. Like, Will Sanders, man, that guy. That
Justin.
Okay.
Run the next one for us, brother. Question: is opting out of any game setting a terrible example? I'm too good to play. I want you to go out there and get hurt instead. I think that it's kind of like I'm different on this one right here, guys. That's honestly a personal thing. If you feel your draft stocks X, Y, and Z and don't want to, and that's what you feel like, that's what you feel like. Now, if you're on that team, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think nowadays people's getting money, but also there's more money in the NFL. So I think the game may have changed a little bit on that decision now because guys have made a little bit of money. So now they might be like, yeah, I'm going to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, look at Jerry Jeudy played in that game. Everybody played in 2020 in the Citrus Bowl. Now, I'm not saying they might not play 4 quarters. They might play a first half. They might not play as many snaps as before. I think it all depends. But I don't know if it's a bad example because what is an example in college football right now that's good technically by standards of that? Yeah, I mean, you can give me one, but are the kids going by it? I know what you're going to say. Like, oh, well, be honest, stick to the university, be loyal to your team. I know all that. But I'm saying it's money now. Like, these kids, it's money. And money being thrown in front of people and money you ain't never seen. I mean, that'd be, if I was in that spot, I mean, it'd be money I've never seen before thrown in my face. So, you got to think about those things.
Yeah.
When you're looking at this right now, what is the example? Like, I don't know if there is a good or a bad one. I think it's just going to be now. If they're like, oh, I ain't playing with you guys. They ain't on the sideline. Nobody helping. Nobody trying to be part of the team still. I think you still contribute in different ways, but I don't know. I think people's going to play still, even if we play Colorado in the Citrus Bowl. I think the team's going to play. But
then JT, it also just goes back to, the mindset of that player, right? Because you brought the 2020 Citrus Bowl. Everybody played in that game that had a high draft stock. I go back to the 2022 Sugar Bowl. Bryce Young and Will Anderson, they didn't have to play in that game. They both played, and they both played well. And I remember talking to both guys before that game. Will said, look, man, I want to be with my brothers. I want to be out there. I want to play. That was Will's mindset. Will is a player. Will wants to play. The same thing with Bryce. Bryce is a player. Bryce wants to play.
Yeah.
Now everybody's not wired that way. Some people look at, okay, my agent's telling me I'm going to be a first, high round draft pick. Let me preserve myself for the NFL Combine. Oh, okay, that's okay. That's how you're wired. But if you're wired, I don't care if I break a limb. These my dudes. I'm going to play. Then that's how you wire. So
I promise you, Malachi Moore play.
Yeah,
I promise you, Tim Keenan play. Yeah, I promise you, Tim Keenan play.
Kai is going to play, but that's how Kai's wired. I've always known Kai. Kai is nothing but Alabama.
Right. I love it. I love it.
That's how
Crash out.
That's how Kai's wired.
AKA Bama Crash out. That's my boy. I'm all day with Malachi Moore.
You look at Bray Hubbard. That's how Bray's wired. Bray want to play. So it just all goes back to, as personally, how are you wired in terms of this time of the year?
True. So run the next question, Justin. JB, hit this one real quick, brother.
Shouts out Ben Allen. Why are the conference champs so rewarded? Power 5 no longer exists. It's the Power 2, really. If Clemson wins, how can they justifiably put them in? Okay, so the last part of that question is because they won the conference. So, and I talked about this, and I also tweeted about this. You're right. It's not a Power 5 anymore. You can say Power 2, but it's really 4 main conferences. You don't have the Pac-12 anymore, so you got 4 conferences. I just think we just give the teams that win their conferences, just put them in. We can go back to the 14 playoff. Just put the conference champs in there. Let's see who the really big dog is. We don't, because right now is always going to be somebody that has their argument. Somebody's going to be upset with this 12-team format. 13 and 14 is going to be upset. And we've seen it already. Lane Kiffin's politicking on the internet already. Mm-hmm. Miami's going to be upset if Bama gets in. SMU is going to have a problem if they lose and don't get in. So
watch it. Jimmy, watch. It's going to be a 25-team playoff. Watch it.
Eventually it will be. Eventually it probably will be.
Yeah, but then if you put all those teams in, it really waters down the damn playoffs. You putting all these other teams in, and we advocate for Alabama with 3 losses. Do we deserve to get in? No. But will we get in? We might. And we might win the whole thing if we get in. So I don't know why they're rewarding the conference champs. I mean, they have to, because it's in the precedent. The conference champs get the 1, 2, 3, 4 seed, no matter what. You got Arizona State, who's not even ranked in the top 15. If they win, they're going to get a top 4 seed. It's not fair, but it is what it is.
That is true, and at that point, you cross that bridge when you get there, man. There's going to be a lot to it right there. Stephen M. Smith, take this question from Joe real quick.
All right, do you think Ryan Williams has hit that freshman wall? Not going to say he's hit a freshman wall, no. However, I will say, teams are covering him tighter now. Teams are covering him tighter. So the early part of the season, you have no film on him. He's new out there. He's getting open, quick and fast. And so he's making these plays. Now these teams have gotten some film on him. They know how to play him. They know how to cover him. They try to be physical with him. And you're not seeing him, get as open as he did earlier in the season. This is why you're seeing Jeremy Bernard step up a whole lot more as that guy in pressure situations to catch the football. So it's not the fact that Ryan Williams hit a wall. It's the fact that these teams are being more so physical with him and press man and not allowing him to get those free releases the way he was able to earlier in the season.
Yeah, I agree. Run the next one real quick question. Is DeBoer even coaching the coaches like Saban did? So that's actually a good question. I think he is, because this scheme and stuff is, I wouldn't say the defense side, but the offense definitely. The scheme's his. It isn't Sheridan. So I think he is coaching them. On the defensive side, I think there may be some coaching going on there, but I don't think it's a scheme based as much, because that's more Kane's scheme. So I do think it's some. I don't think it's maybe to the Saban degree, because Saban had been coaching way longer than DeBoer and did a lot more at this point. So, I think Saban is coachable. But now I do agree with that part. I do agree. And I think Saban can be doing a lot of backdoor coaching with both of them that's not reported or told about. Why would you want to do that? Because then you do that and the media runs with an inch and then it's a mile. Then it's Saban's actually doing all this coaching and recruitment, and really and truly he told them one little bitty thing to do, So, that's in here or there. JB, we got 4 questions left. Let's run through these real quick. Hit this next one, brother.
All right. Shouts out Jimmy Clay. Wish we could go back to the 3-4. Yep. I mean, certain circumstances we should go back to the 3-4 at times. This is Kane Womack, Daddy Womack's their system 4-2-5. So I mean, we bought the guys have seen the ball in. It's taking a while, but they've seen the ball in. You just got to throw your wrinkles in the right times when you need to put them in. If the team is running, you have to make adjustments. And that's the only issue I have with Kane Womack in his defense. Just make the right adjustments when needed.
Period.
Stephen M. Smith, hit this next one for us, brother.
All right, 6-0. So if Sheridan ain't it, so what's Coach D's job then? Supposed to be an offensive guru. Okay. If Sheridan is not it, Coach DeBoer, yes, he's an offensive mind. Yes, he's an offensive savant, but we got to understand, 6-0, Sheridan was not DeBoer's number one. No. He wasn't. The number one was Ryan Grubb. Like DeBoer and Ryan Grubb were having this conversation. You gonna come with me in Tuscaloosa? We're going to take this offense that was so prolific at Washington. Keep in mind, Sheridan was the tight ends coach at Washington. He was the tight ends coach. Ryan Grubb was the OC. When Ryan Grubb decided, DeBoer, homie, I love you, I ain't going. I'm going to stay right here in Seattle and go pimp walk myself to coach the Seahawks. DeBoer is like, well, dog, my guy didn't left. My guy didn't walk that door. So plan B. What's plan B? Okay, I got to take my tight ends coach and convince myself that he can be my OC. And then you got to also understand at that time, 6-0, there was not a lot of names out there at all. 3 or 4 names, maybe 2, maybe, that could be in that offensive coordinator position here in terms of Alabama. So I think after this season, if Sheridan is not retained, I think Coach DeBoer will know who he wants to go after.
I agree.
Let me ask you guys a question, and just speculating here. Would you almost be willing to give Nick Sheridan one more probationary year? And the reason I ask that is because the offense is going to take on a whole different personality next year. We will be running the offense with pure passers, guys that can look a lot different than what Jalen Milroe's skill set is. So we're going to be able to open the passing lanes a lot more than what we're doing right now. And maybe that's more so suited to what Sheridan can do. So what do you think, guys? Do we give him one more year to see, honestly, what this offense can look like? Because I think with the passes we have coming back next year, that's more suited to what DeBoer's offenses are, how they are ran with those types of guys. He wasn't accustomed to having a Jalen Milroe before, but now he truly gets to see with Austin Mack, possibly Ty Simpson, maybe Keelan Russell, or Dylan Lonergan if he doesn't hit the portal. Talk to me.
So I am 50-50 on that. I'm 50-50 on that. I want to hear what JB said. Go ahead, JB. I'm 50-50 on it.
I'm 75-25 on it, man. I mean, I've seen it's just the inconsistency, right? We don't run the ball enough. Then the one game you pass 45 times with Jalen Milroe, really unacceptable. But when you start getting some balance in there, you see what kind of team we could be. But it doesn't matter anymore. Milroe's going to the draft. We're going to have a new quarterback. If the new quarterback, we're going to have a competition. You don't know who the quarterback is. It's going to be Ty, Austin Mack, Keelan Russell. Who would a new quarterback be? What would the system be? If we still have Nick Sheridan, what would it look like? So it's a lot of unknown with this. And if we do change OCs, we better get one in real quick. That's all I got to say about it.
I agree, too, because we got to get something going on that.
Steven, what do you think?
I look at this, and I like the point that you bring up, Justin. I do like that point there. And with Milroe going to the draft, or expected to head there, you're going to have a whole new quarterback conversation. Who takes over at that spot? You know, does Sheridan work better with that particular quarterback? But I'll also say this. I think we may also need to look at this thing here. You may need to get just an OC and make Sheridan a quarterback coach.
Yeah.
Think about that for a minute. Remember when Bama had the OC, which was Mike Loxley that year, but we also had a quarterback coach in Dan Enos. And the job that Dan Enos did before Jalen Hurts, went to Oklahoma, the job that Dan Enos did with Hurts the year prior in 2018 really helped that man out, transformed his passing. So I look at it like this. You could make Sheridan just a simple QB coach. Since he played quarterback at Michigan, you can make him a QB coach and then bring somebody that's more seasoned. Because when you're at Alabama, you need a seasoned guy, especially offensively. The game is offense now. You need a seasoned guy running that offense. You had a seasoned guy in Kiffin, seasoned guy in Sarkisian. Mike Knox had some seasoning to him. Dable had some seasoning to him. You need a guy with some seasoning running that offense. So I look at, if you're going to keep Sheridan, make him a quarterback coach, but get you an OC that's got some real experience under his belt.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
I agree with that, Stephen Smith. I agree with that one, right? See, if Ryan Day gets fired, do you go back and get Downs? Hell no. Keep your ass up there in Ohio State. Next question.
Tall.
Hey, yeah, it's hostile. That's very hostile.
No, he left. No, stay gone. We don't need
I don't
you
think
back,
he would
man.
come back anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But no, man, we'll get somebody else, man.
Hey, Steve, man, I know you were talking about season. I thought you was gonna say take Sheridan by the head and just throw some season on, throw some Lowrys on them. That'll season them up real good, right now.
Look, man. Look, JB, I already had my leftover Thanksgiving meal, man. I wasn't talking about that.
Okay, all right.
It's a little Lowry.
You said 10 times. I'm trying to make sure.
As long as it's not raisins and a potato salad type seasoning, I'm good.
Oh no,
no raisins. No raisins.
Why you have to come in here with that? Why you have to
slap your mama? Yeah. So we got any more questions, Justin? Was that the last one? We got one more. JT, what happened to your dog? And
oh man,
he's good. So listen, my dog's name is Mac. I named him after Mac Jones. I got him in July of 2020, right before the season started. So I named him after Mac Jones. And his name's Mac. He's used to it. My dog's used to it. He knows when the game comes on. He knows what's up. He's all right. Daddy's up. Daddy's lit. Let me go and lay down over here. He's probably more like what's happened this year. He's probably like, I don't know what has happened, but something has changed. He's a little more lit this year. But no, my dog's good, man. He loves me. He's a good dog too, man. And good family dog, man. Good family dog. About 140 pounds, all white German Shepherd. I love my dog, man. Huge dog guy. But yeah, man, he's good though. He's good. But that'll wrap us up for tonight, guys. JB, let the beautiful people know where they can find you at. JT, you was wild in the Iron Bowl. You got a YouTube.
Yeah, you wild out, bro.
Yeah, bro. If y'all want to watch the whole video, go over to TikTok at JT the Bama fan. Look up JT the Bama fan on TikTok. My wife posts the whole little page. There's a bunch of stuff. That video probably is close to 100K right now, man. People going wild on that. But yeah, it was good Iron Bowl. JB, where can the people find you at, brother?
Y'all can find me on the Twitter X app at young_ENT_. Instagram, Sports Talk JB. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sports Talking with JB. Find me on Wednesday nights with Cishi and Dan, Crimson Dynasty, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Right here every Sunday night, Talk'n Bama, 7 o'clock Central with Stephen M. and JT. And that's it.
Hey, Stephen M. Smith, where can the beautiful people find you at, brother?
They can find me on X at Coaching M. Smith right there. They can find me right there on X. They can find me touchdownalabama.com, where I am shipping out articles out the bakery in terms of this team. When you look at the playoff, can Alabama get in this thing? You can also find me right here on Tuesday night, Bama Standard flagship show with the tribal chief, Justin Riley, Marvin Constant, Steve Brown, Gerald running through the smoke, Dixon, and myself here. And Sunday nights is Talk'n Bama with, like I said, the people's champ, JB, and the skaters champ, JT. So this is what we do here. And you can also find me just floating around the campus. I'm just floating around the campus. Just come find me.
Yeah, so a lot of y'all talking about high energy, man. Yeah, man. That's how JB even found me, bro, and how the whole this show came about because of those videos. That Iron Bowl video last year, JB found me, brought me on. Yep, brought me on, and then TikTok. I was like, I want to start a little show, and then we was gonna do Talk'n Bama. We started doing on TikTok. Justin saw us. Boom, we here. We'll talk about that some in the off season. We'll kind of do a little a little origin thing there. But guys, check us out on Thursday nights. If you're here right now, we have a new basketball show on Thursday nights, guys. 7:30 p.m. Central Time. JB's been on with us. Last week he was on with us. Talked about the time. We've had some great things in basketball. A little slip up last night against Oregon. Not bad though, man. That's not a bad loss. 2 points. Ty played good though. It was tough, but we can bounce back. Check us out on Thursday nights though, guys. It's a brand new show here on the channel. Talking about Tide Hoops. Come join us. Also, guys, if you want to know anything about this channel and all the wonderful shows, they are scrolling right here at the bottom with the times and the dates, guys. Going hard in the paint right there. 7:30 p.m. Central Times. Please join us there. It's a brand new show, guys. We're getting it kicked off for you guys. Keeping a lot of Tide Hoops. Always join us here on Sunday nights talking with the guys, Stephen Smith and JB. Guys, it's been fun. It's been electric. It's been a great season. And with that being said, we're going to sign off for the 2025 regular season, guys. L's up,
Next
baby.
week.
Big Lane.
Moment of truth next week, baby.
We find out Sunday. I'm going to give an announcement about when the time of the show is. I'll talk to you guys later. We don't give a piss about nothing but a tie, baby.
Big Lane.
Not the little one.